Hot mic, hot mic, hot mic.
All right, here we go.
Hey, thank you for being here with extrakTALKS. This is kind of exciting. We're going to kind of change up the format a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to make these a little bit more available for you. We're going to break these out into 20-minute sections. We're going to make sure that we've got 30 minutes rather than an hour is what we're trying to do. So welcome, welcome, welcome. There will be a replay. Enable your pop-ups so you can see the chat bot. That's the leaf in the bottom. Engage. The team is there to answer your questions, set up CBD jam sessions for anything you want. Well, within reason, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Stump the bot.
Stump the bot.
Stump
which
the
you
bot.
did. That was kind of fun.
Yep.
If you have a frozen screen, press the red button, the reconnect button on the top center of the video, and it'll just refresh it, and you're in. You don't have to get out and get back in, which is good. This is a fun and safe place. Ask questions. Try to stump us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get stumped.
We love your questions. Just keep them. You guys are the best.
We like stumping. Okay, and explore all of our resources. Again, no holds barred questions, simple or tough. Invite your friends. There will be a replay. Check out our live tours, CBD jam sessions, the extraction guides, the distillation guides, calculator libraries, and we're starting our mini course library, which is going to be great. So thank you for being here. Oh, this week, Liz J. from Antioch, Tennessee.
All right.
She took the hemp strain survey and was chosen through a random number generator.
Okay.
Hey, I heard random numbers are tough.
Yeah. Well, random numbers are better than selected numbers.
Yes, but I think random numbers are really a misnomer.
What are your lucky numbers
You
anyway?
can't do it. Can you?
Do you have lucky numbers?
I do.
What are they?
12, 72, 7, and 13.
You lie. I can't believe that. Did you make that up?
I did.
Okay. All right.
And some of the things that we're going to cover today, again, I'm going to go through these really fast, which I've done in the past. Because if I don't do it fast, I'm going to die. We're going to do CBD business opportunities, hemp companies, CBDG franchise, CBD sales jobs, cannabis franchises,
Yes.
CBD extraction, CBDG packaging, CBD advertising, CBD legal in all 50 states.
I think it is not, but it's
I don't think it is.
No,
Yeah.
but whatever.
There are some that are
that could be a question, right?
And we always do the shout out to
CBD
Idaho
stocks,
especially.
CBD companies to invest in, CBD investments, and best industry to invest in, investing in hemp and investing in CBD. And we're going to be talking about that.
So
right
the topic is top 5 success factors for CBD brand leaders. Are you a brand leader?
If you are, we'd like to talk to you.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely. Engage, because branding is a cool subset in marketing. It makes and defines it. So we're going to talk about that specifically with CBD and how that works and how to better your brand for placement. How do you become a brand leader is really what we're trying to do. So in this episode, what we're going to talk about is the planning, how to get investors involved early.
Right.
And we're going to talk about the law and science, understanding the regulatory path. So we might be splitting those up into the next session, but right now we're going into how to get investors.
All right, let's do
early.
it.
Let's go. Top 5 success factors.
What do you think about my intro slide?
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is a spectacular. I love that.
James is so awesome. James, I just like every time I look at that,
James,
I get
virtual high five.
Little happy feelings in my. Okay, in my heart.
Oh, this is
in my heart for James.
Yes.
James, I got happy feelings whenever I see that.
Lots of happy
James
feelings.
is the man. All right. Thank you, James.
Yes.
Top 5 success factors: planning, law and science, partnering, differentiating, and building. There we go. Bam.
Awesome. Bam.
Got all 5. We're going to go over the first one here.
Look at this.
Ooh, it's pretty colors.
Look at this.
Okay, so look, actually, N equals 35 people. This is a survey results. It's easy. You just put them into Excel and you push the auto plot button and it comes up with this. And I thought that this was really cool.
This is cool.
Okay, when I first took this survey several months ago, this is the results that I got. And I resurveyed and I got a little bit different results, but I do not have them plotted here. But just suffice it to say that the big blocks pretty much stayed the same. Yeah. That was the question that was asked was, what do you think is important when it comes to, your brand or your brand promise? Okay. Mm-hmm. And most of the people focused on the quality and the purity of it, and also the value proposition, the branding and the branding. You can see if you take the value proposition and the branding, let's see if I can get my little cursor over there. These two kind of go together. So you can see it's a huge chunk.
That is.
And I think that quality and purity is pretty much, I mean, when someone says quality and purity, they're really talking about, okay, their brand and their brand promise, to their people. Okay. Interesting regulatory compliance, differentiated products. price and law. Okay. So we're going to kind of go over these things, obviously, that people really thought a lot about and said, hey, this is really important. You know what's interesting here? And I think that this did not change in our typical one. Price is down here.
Prices.
Now, I know that there are a lot of people who are just targeting price, like, okay, we're going to be the low-cost leader. But at the end of the day, you know, your quality and your purity and price, they're kind of antithetical, right? I mean, you're going to go cheap or you're going to have quality. I don't think you can do them both, okay?
No, you cannot.
So if you get what you pay for is a law. It's a law.
Yep.
So if you have, if you're going to try to be the low-cost leader, well, you're going to have to cut corners. If you're going to cut corners, then you're not going to have the quality. If you're not going to have the quality, then you're not going to be able to support your brand value and your brand value proposition. You're not going to be able to do all that stuff.
Truth.
And at the end of the day, your
Preach
brand
it.
will get a reputation.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's it. So there's a whole bunch of other things here, but I think, you know, I think that we're going to hit on these big ones here. I'd like to take and see what we can do with increasing this number. But 35 is a decent sampling, you know, for people. And these are people who have brands.
Unfortunately, it's not statistically significant.
Well,
But
no,
35 is good.
It can be. I don't have, say, you got confidence intervals. Should I give you a little? Should I give you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Okay.
give you a little statistics lesson.
Where's my
then.
dunce hat?
Every one of the every one
Sometimes
of
I have
these
to wear the dunce hat and sit
every
in the
one
corner.
of these answers has a is it statistically significant from 0? Okay.
That is
These
true.
ones are definitely statistically significant.
Yes.
And so we can just talk about that and we can look at that. What I'll do is I'll make histograms for you since you demanded it.
I did. And because I like tables.
Oh yes.
Don't
okay.
we? Oh, look at this table.
Okay, we gonna get rich. Okay. I like this one. MillionaireAscent.com. That's pretty awesome.
How to start business from scratch.
How to make $10
Scratch
million
off.
in 10 days using a CBD business 90-day challenge. Here we go. And I love this. All the money there.
Oh, and there's an androgynous person behind the money.
Yeah, it is. 13 side businesses. So here's your side hustle.
CBD is a side hustle?
Yeah, three steps to CBD business success. The next big thing, the green gold rush, all this stuff they're talking about. Okay.
How many
3
believes
easy
that
steps.
guy is actually
Well,
successful in CBD business?
0% chance that he's actually successful in CBD. It's not happening. Work from anywhere. Start today. Okay, there's all these enticements getting you to try to take the easy way. There is no easy way.
No.
There is no easy way.
Not at all.
You're never going to make $1 million in 10 days.
No.
It doesn't happen. So, you know, to take and put aside all ideas and preconceptions that it's going to be instantaneously successful. The only thing that makes success is blood, sweat, and tears.
Work. Hard.
Yes, it's
hard
Right.
work.
Right. Blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, here we go.
Do the right
so,
stuff. Don't race to the
Number
bottom.
one. What do we got?
Number one, get investors involved early.
Okay, look, if you're going to start a brand, you're going to need money.
Yes, you are.
If you don't have money, you won't have a brand.
Yes.
That's it. So, how much do I need to invest and when will I get it back? Question number 1. Question number 2. Who is going to purchase the oil products? And number 3, what is different about your brand? Okay, we're not talking rocket science here, guys. Okay, really. But this is just the basics. But we can get you in with some of the basics and just start talking around. So let's just talk about the first one, which was the investment. Okay.
Okay.
Now, there's a couple different points of entry if you're going to start a brand. Okay, one is just to focus on the brand only.
Yeah.
Say, okay, look, we're going to do the brand and we're going to market the brand. Usually, you need a product if you're going to have a brand, though.
Yes.
Okay, so
Usually.
you're going to have to figure out how to make a product. So you when you do that, you define what your product is. You define how much it's going to cost you, and you create you set up a here's who I'm going to sell it to. And then you do a cost, right?
Yep.
And then you work up a pro forma and you figure out how much it's going to cost you to figure out what your profit is going to be.
Yes.
And then once you have your profit, then you can tell the investor, you can model that profit over time and then discount it to today's dollars and say, okay, this business has a net present value of
X.
$30 million.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. Okay. So, there's lots of different things you guys can do from an investment standpoint. Okay, let's back up. The market itself is wonderful. That's why people have these things out there that said you're going to get rich overnight. Okay,
Yes.
because the market is showing you, okay, we have this big tidal wave that's coming our way, and we're currently on the surfboard where we're not even a quarter of the way up the wave, right? And we're on this $20 billion wave.
Yes.
And that's actually some small estimates.
Yeah.
That's not even the full deal. So people want to get on the wave, and you know what? They should get on the wave, right?
Yeah.
You just need to figure out where it is you want to get on. I mean, do you want to have a facility? Do you want to process? Do you want to buy oils from people and make your own brand with a kind of a processing facility, or do you want to you get a white label brand?
Bingo.
Or do you want to whatever?
There are so many different ways you can do this, and you can start with low capital initially as you're defining and refining. Use it as your R&D, as you're trying to find customers and who is your sweet spot as you're refining your brand.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, people who typically buy facilities and want to get into the capital side of it, and they're building for the future. What are they building for? They're building for the time in which the ingredients can be exported worldwide, which, by the way, they can be already. They can be, right? So you can
right
export,
now.
Except to Canada. You can't export to Canada.
No.
At least CBD stuff.
Yeah.
But because they consider it to be scheduled.
Yeah, there's a lot of work and a lot of investigation, a lot of research to do to make that happen.
Right.
But there are ways that you can do this. Worldwide market is ginormous and growing.
Yeah. So some of the biggest brands just have a white label relationship. Yeah. So what do they want? Okay, I want to create gummies, and I got this great idea for the brand. I'm going to make the brand. Okay, well, go find yourself a white labeler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to get in there and do all the science and stuff. Your white labeler is going to provide help with the science, with all of the requirements and the quality, the requirements for the product, the quality. They're gonna help with all that stuff.
Absolutely.
But you're still going to need money.
You're going to need money.
You're going to need money. If you're going to do the brand, you got to have money. Okay. So and you have to have channels. So typically you have to buy someone who will help you with that channel, right? But you're going to need money for the brand. It's just the way it is, right? No You're also going to need what's called working capital.
Gee, what is that?
Well, why don't you take a crack at that, Randall?
Working capital is what keeps the lights on, basically, and keeps you employed and keeps you and your employees eating. You need working capital to feed as you grow, because you can either grow as a business or you can strengthen as a business. And if you're growing, and when you're in a startup, you're in growth mode for the first few years in business, and that sucks capital because you're always reinvesting that profit.
Right.
So you're not strengthening, you're not building the coffers. So you need to just go and make sure you've got capital to work, pay for your costs, pay for your operations, pay for new things, and keep everybody employed.
Yeah. So one rule of thumb is, okay, suppose I'm a $1 million business and I'm going to grow to $2 million. Mm-hmm. How much cash do I need to have on my balance sheet to support that $1 million increment?
A lot.
$1 million at least.
At least $1 million.
Okay, because you're gonna be buying inventory, right?
Yep.
And then all your guys are gonna be like, oh, well, I want to place an order for a pallet of your materials for your CPG products or whatever, and you don't have to have it. You have to tell them 6 weeks or 7 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever, because you're not stocking that product. So you're gonna have to have some of the product in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so the working capital. When I think working capital, I think inventory.
Yep.
And that's what I think of.
Yep. And I think of keeping the lights on. And it's all of the above, but most of that working capital goes into WIP, into work in progress or cost of goods, things that are inventory on hand, either to make a final product or as finished goods.
Right. Exactly. So that's the investment side of it. And, you need to get these investors involved early. Why do you need to get the investors involved early? Why? What are they going to bring to your enterprise? What are they going to bring? They're going to force you to speak financially about your business.
Yep.
And they're going to force you to get a business plan down on paper.
Exactly
Okay,
right.
they're going to force. And if you don't do that, if you go to friends and family, for example, and they're a lot nicer than normal investors.
Except us.
Okay, yes, of
Except
course.
us.
Except us. We're so nice. But you get what I'm saying. They're not going to say, "Hey, Billy Bob, you really need to." If you can't talk about your financials and what your financial, if you can't tell me what your expenses are, if you can't tell me what your depreciation is, if you can't tell me your cash flow, if you can't tell me what your product forecast is, what your product forecast mix is,
You're doomed.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't. So if you go in front of an investor, why do you need that investor? Well, because he's going to make you a lot better.
Yes, you're going to get better. You're not going to just dabble. You're not going to play at the business. You're actually going to be in business, and the investor will force that.
Yeah. So they'll also force financial thinking early.
Yes.
So that's where we're talking
The other
about
thing
the pro
with
forma.
investors is don't just look at an investor for money. Because
No.
there's a lot of these guys who bring in channel, they'll
Right.
bring in marketing expertise, they'll bring access to customers, they'll bring access to all of that, and they love that idea because then they know their money is going to yield a return.
Right. Okay. So a couple different resources for you guys. We have done several podcasts. We must have done 6 or 7 different podcasts on business.
Yes.
On basically hemp business. Okay. Yep. That's the number one resource. Go back, look at our stuff, subscribe to the podcasts, look at our videos. Okay. We also have calculators.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're kind of looking for, what is this going to cost me, or what kind of COGS, or what kind of, if you are in the basic processing side and you're going to create a bulk products out, we have that online. You can go to our website, extraktLAB.com/calculators. You can go, you can model up some things on how much it's going to cost you. Okay. If you are talking about point of entry at the white label side, contact us, because we can put you in contact with a white labeler. Somebody's going to be happy to, go through your stuff. Now, go through your stuff, go through your business plan, and like if you come to us and you say, "Hey, we have influencer network of 3 million people, and we think we can do a lot," right? Well,
we can bring you
yeah.
clients.
One thing you need to think about with your white labeling side of it on the pro forma financials is that you would create a pro forma financial for a white label business. You would be like OEMing, or you'd be getting some of the products in all labeled and everything. And then your only cost would be SG&A, right? So you should have a great SG&A plan.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Absolutely. You need it.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's the basics of planning, guys. If you get a investor involved early, it's going to help you not only define your business plan, they're going to be asking you questions. You're going to have to answer them. Please go in and look at that. Now,
and speak when you're talking to these guys. Not only are they going to make you better, but you need to be ready with some of the preliminary financials. They'll help you refine that.
Yeah.
But you have to have confidence in what you're doing. They'll sniff out immediately if you're just a dreamer and you don't have a plan and you don't have clients. They're going to want to know, how are they going to get their money back? How are they going to get a return on their investment? That's what they want to know. And it's your confidence in the market and in your brand and who you're going to be targeting. That's what we're going to be talking about here. Right. Is who are you going to sell this to? Where is your brand positioning? What brand? How are you going to define that?
Right. Exactly. So that kind of is just in a nutshell what you need to do in order to plan. And our number one advice to you is to get investors involved early. Mm-hmm. Why go ahead and why hit up your friends and family and put your own savings into something when you need to have that financial discipline up front, and it's going to really help you understand what you really need to do to win. So that's the number one thing. Yeah.
So if you're in this mode and you're looking at branding and that, talk to the guys in the Greenleaf.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
Absolutely.
They got it. I love what we just did and went through with that branding for investors. I love the way you laid that out. by the way. And if you can go back to that other slide, the big colorful, the survey slide. Can you go one more? No. Yeah, there. So again, we covered a lot of what you need in that front part with that quality and branding and value, which is giant. Okay.
Right.
So how do you, again, going back to the investor, make sure that you've got your brand started or thought about. Who, Dr. Jon talked about that earlier. Who are you going to be targeting? Are you going to be targeting women of this age? Are you going to be talking about which solution are you going to serve? You're going to define
hipster brand.
If you're only saying, "Hey, I hear there's money in tinctures and lotions, so I'm going to make some."
Right. That's not
that's
a business
race
plan,
to the bottom,
and that's not a brand. That's not a brand.
It's a race to the bottom because all you're doing is
direction.
entering a commodity
Right.
marketplace. Go back to the idea of branding with. Let's just talk about vodka because then we won't get into a fight over scotch and bourbon.
Okay, vodka it is.
Vodka. Okay, when you're talking about different vodka brands, what do they do? I mean, there's Absolute, there's Belvedere, there's Grey Goose, there's Kettle One. How much of a difference actually is there between each one of those vodkas?
Huge.
Okay, not much. Okay, so but they're vodka, but the brand tells you something. So I'm going to drink Absolute because it's something I can slam on the table, or I'm going to drink Kettle One because you can slam it on the table, or I'm going to make. I just want to sip it. I want to drink it like you would drink a bourbon or a scotch, and I'm going to sip, whether that's high-end ice. Triple V, whatever.
Yeah.
Vodka, where they triple, quadruple, quintuple distill it, and they go with that.
Right.
Okay. So Grey Goose, Belvedere, but that brand, just hear the words. It speaks a different element. Right. So that's what you got to think about. So I wanted to just kind of circle back on that. So that's going to begin to talk to you about how you differentiate your brand and who you're targeting. And for those investors, they want to know that.
Right.
So how much do I need to invest and when will I get it back? That's what investors want to know. And find out from that investor how they can help you. So interview the investor, not just, hey, how much money do you have and will you give it to me?
Right.
It's like, what other ways can you help me with the business? Mm-hmm. Right?
Who is going to purchase the oil? By the way, here's a good question. And who's going to purchase the oil? And how many of those have you talked to?
I really want to say who. Sorry.
Go ahead, do it again. Who's going to purchase, and how many have you talked to? I mean, you really, yes, exactly. Okay, if you say, hey, look, I'm going to go after the hipster demographic, okay, and then we're going to go after females, okay, and we're going to create a brand that would be appealing to that demographic.
Yes.
Okay. And so I go in front of a investor, and he's going to ask me, well, have you talked to those guys?
Yeah.
Right. Have you where is the evidence and the data that says that they like your branding?
Yeah. Give me 3 examples of female hipsters that you've talked to and what they're looking for in their product.
And what was their reaction to your brand?
Yes.
I mean, they...
Right. And refine it, change it, be okay and open to change it. Anyway, I wanted to come back to this rather than
we restarted it up.
Yes, I wanted to come back here because I thought that was a good recap of what you covered, and then we'll jump into the law in the next segment.
Sounds good.
I think that's good. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions. I know you've got questions that have come in. Thank you for those that are coming. I haven't been focused on those because I've been enthralled with the presentation.
Wow.
I know, right? There's great opportunity. The business opportunity for CBD is huge. We're a $5 to $6 billion industry now, growing to 25, 23, 27 billion in the next 3 to 5 years, depending on who you talk to, which research group. So get your investors involved early, and the more energy you put into that, and the more they know you're actually going to do the work, that you're not just looking to ring the cash register selling tinctures and lotions, define your brand, define your customer, make sure you know all of that. So this is good. So thank you for being here. The next section, we're going to cover the law and science, understanding the regulatory path of for brand leaders. Those are things that you really need to know as a brand leader. So make it happen. Subscribe to our podcast. Thank you for being here. You know, our favorite part is engaging with you in the questions, and we turn those questions into FAQs and give you more exhaustive answers later on. But the team, Q, Lucas, and Eli are good.
I really like
He really likes them.
Yeah, any kind of like question. If you got technical questions, if you got branding questions, whatever, just put them in the chat box.
Most of us binge watch something on Netflix. He sits up and answers FAQs.
I like doing it. I like crafting the, you know.
He really does.
Yeah,
so send in your questions.
Yeah.
Try to stump him.
It's just an opinion.
Okay,
it's just an opinion. I mean,
so that's good. Sorry, we got
it.
All right, so be here, be square. Calculator library. Join our conversation on social media. Register for the next session. extraktLAB.com/set-list. We're good. Thank you for being here. And again, congratulations to Liz J in Antioch, Tennessee.
All right.
Enjoy. She got a bunch of stuff, man.
Bam.
Awesome.
All right.
Well done.
See you later.
See you next time.
Yep. Bye.